As Nigerians mourn the death of Dr. Herbert Wigwe, the Group Chief Executive Officer of Access Holdings plc, Web TV captures a life that transformed the banking industry, financial markets, and economy. At the first ever Access Bank International Conference held in 2013, Mr. Herbert Wigwe, who was then the Deputy Managing Director of Access Bank plc, was very clear about the direction of the bank, taking over from his friend and partner and the CEO then, Mr. Aigboje Ike Imokwede.
Let me put it this way, we've always had a very robust succession planning structure within the bank. And succession planning is not only about the CEO, it's about all the key positions in the bank. And the idea is to ask yourself, how do we have the right people filling the right slots? If somebody should leave, do you have the appropriate people? I'm making sure that you have a robust institution that can be able to stand the test of time. I believe that we will run an institution that is still founded on the very strong value system that we believe in and that our people believe in, and that will create an institution that is built to last and will stand the test of time.
Leading Access Bank from 2014, he took a bold step when he engaged investors and market stakeholders on the audacious 5-year plan from 2018 to 2022 to position it as the world's most respected African bank.
Over the next 5 years, a couple of things would happen. We will be the #1 bank in Nigeria with a strong global franchise and a universal payment gateway. Now, that will be supported obviously by strong corporate governance and a robust capital base. So let's break down the elements. First of all, like I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, our overall ambition remains to be the world's most respected African bank. That's one. Secondly, we will be #1 in Nigeria over the next 5 years. Thirdly, we are creating a strong and integrated global franchise outside of Africa. And I'm not talking of just subsidiaries, I'm saying there will be collaborations, but our franchise will be global and the way it is seen and the manner with which we do our business. And finally, we will be the #1 in trade and intra-African payments through the creation of a universal payments gateway.
He was fearless in spearheading the financing of innovative and sustainable solutions in the economy with the establishment of the Africa FinTech Foundry, which served as a hub for tech companies and hosted tech-based conferences.
The thing about banking is that there will be the traditional banks, the new banks, and the banks that will basically identify that inconvenience, those issues around the customers, and resolve those issues and redefine the market. So if you don't think of the new technology changes of things and recreate that future, you are gone with time.
The whole idea about Banking 4.0 is that we're redefining and creating a future for banking in the next 5 to 10 years. We've seen the fundamental changes that have happened over the past 10 years, and we think that the rate of change of technology is actually going to move at a faster pace over the next 10 years. Our expectation is that we should get it right, and if we do, the level of financial inclusion will basically increase. The space of financial inclusion will increase. The level of financialization that we see, which basically has positive impact on our economy, will also increase. But what is important though is what we need to do today, to ensure that Access Bank and the entire financial services sector creates the appropriate building blocks for ourselves over the period.
Under his leadership, Access Bank became one of the foremost financial institutions to list a climate bond in the capital market.
It's important for you to start initiatives that ensure that we live our lives responsibly. And the only way to do it is to make sure that you don't just have it as a one-way track, one or two institutions. No, let us look for institutions that have a strong convening power to bring many, many more people, to do things, act responsibly, and in ways that can protect our environment and, of course, our continent.
Not done with the feat of acquiring defunct Intercontinental Bank, Dr. Wigwe led another groundbreaking acquisition of Diamond Bank in 2018. In 2022, Dr. Herbert Wigwe announced the evolution of Access Bank and its subsidiaries into the financial holding company structure, marking a turning point in its corporate existence.
Because it's a holding company structure now, and the holdco owns the bank, it